I've unpacked, I've given away the gifts I've got for my relatives and friends. I've met all of them. And now it's time to go back to decluttering. Now there are a lot of things I can't deal with and my siblings will have to come and deal with. But I'll deal with whatever I can, which, starting with this clock, I'm going to take it with me. Because we have an extra clock that I can put on the wall. And then these two on the left, the grey one and all, they're really old. They're at least 20, 30 years old. So I will give those. They don't even work, so I'll give those. But this one is going in my suitcase. The other two are going to go to the recycling man, along with this watch box, which was in one of the closets. Now we do have this space under my staircase area in the house. That's where we put stuff for the recycling man. Once it's full, we're going to call him, we're going to stop him, and he'll buy these things. And then this cabinet I was opening, and do you see the handle? It just broke in my hand, even though it's made of like pure metal. I think it's just the humidity that destroys everything in the house. But I got rid of the things inside. There were some books and all. I've dealt with those. Now there are these bags of clothes, random stuff. Now part of decluttering is also organizing and helping my parents remember what's what, because I cannot declutter everything right now. Like some of these fabrics are really nice and I'll use them in the future, but I just cannot use them right now. So I'm writing on the masking tape what these things are and what I will do with them. Like for example, I've written that these are scrap fabric and I will take them later, I'll take them next time. Or this is like this particular fabric of sari and then do not give it to anyone, I will take it next time. So that way my parents don't get anxiety when they look at all the clothes and they cannot figure out what to do with them. Now this is an almari, we call it, almirah. Do you see this drawer doesn't even open without the top door opening? Because this is pretty beat up. This is 23 years old. I just think it's been repaired a lot of times, but yeah. Anyways, there are like toys in it that belong to my nephew. He doesn't live in the house anymore, so I took all the blocks and gave it to the cleaning lady who comes to our house. She has a grandson. Some of the toys we kept for guests' kids. Then another closet in another room, and do you see how this plastic bag is disintegrating, dematerializing? So I'm gonna trash this plastic bag. I've put the clothes in another bag. That way when my siblings come, they can deal with this easily and not have the little plastic flaps from the bag flying everywhere. Another section of the closet, and the micellar water has to be trashed. It's been there for 2 years. The other stuff, I think my siblings might want to keep it, so I'll keep it. This was my journal, we'll take it. Now these candlesticks I decluttered in the last video, but I didn't get a chance to give it to someone. So this, along with this tissue box top cover, I don't know, it's gonna go to the cleaning lady. Not sure what they do with it, but we asked and she said yeah. So one of the biggest things to declutter was this fridge. The lower part does not cool at all. It is an old fridge. We have had to throw so much food because it just was not cooling anything, and we have had to use ice from the chest freezer and like put it in the fridge to provide some cooling, but that doesn't help a lot. Plus the fridge leaks a lot of water, so we have to put the cloth fabric there to absorb it. So it's a 30-year-old fridge. It needs to leave. But that also means we need a new fridge. So as we got a new fridge, the same shop from where we bought it said they would take our old fridge. Their own workers took it down, which is very convenient. We got a 10,000 rupees discount. So we got rid of the fridge, got a new fridge, and got a 10,000 rupees discount. So win-win. Now another item not as large as the fridge, but still large enough, is this heavy hard case suitcase. Very impractical for traveling because it weighs like 5 or 6 kgs on its own, and that's just not practical for traveling in today's world, you know. So I called the Raddiwala, the recycling man. He was going on the street. I showed it to him. He said he would offer me 300 rupees. I didn't really bargain with him, and then he gave me that. That's his push cart. And then he goes walking in the streets through the neighborhoods, calling out that he's here, and if somebody wants to sell him something, they'll stop him. So I got like 300 rupees, which is like $1, but that's fine. Then I have these glass items, like this glass jar. Again, it's a decoration. Another smaller one, and then this candle holder. The candle's long gone. I put them in a bag and gave it to a lady who comes to our house these days for cooking. I asked her if you wanted it, and she said yes. Now that is a water tanker because the groundwater supply is not very consistent, so we have to buy water. Do you see how stressful it is already for my parents? So I don't want to add to more stress by leaving clutter